Good day everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick, I'm on the Commodore Amiga. Now I hope this review isn't too long, but I think it's going to be. It's Championship Manager 93, published by Domark in 1993. Been written by Paul and Oliver Collier, and it's a game, well it's a football management game. It's slow and clunky by today's standards, but back in the day it was possibly the reason why I almost failed all of my college courses. Now, because I got addicted to the thing. Now we'll do a quick start. You can do a new game, but quick start I think puts you in charge of Manchester United initially. There's Andy Townsend in the background, I think. You can change that picture if you want. He's got a Commodore, a sponsor. So my name is Nick Jenkin, that's it, let's put that in there. Now I played probably about 60 or 70 seasons of this thing. It's a long time since I played it, so let's get the idea. We'll just do a few friendlies. This is pre-season, there's my team, and then we'll do one game in the first division. So Giggs is injured, Konchelskis is injured, there's Ryan Giggs there, sprightly 19-year-old. So you've got all these stats. You've got to pick your players that will fit your best formation. There I am as manager. Team coach is Brian Robson. You can sack these people or send scouts out to look for new players as well at your own leisure. The board there's at 50%. What it starts on, it'll go up and down depending on my results. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. But, you know, a lot of us did get completely lost in this. There's a reserve team. We can promote any of those to the top team or demote other players also. So we've got Eric Cantona striking, Dion Dublin. So the first thing we need to do, no opposition as yet, is work out our tactics. I had a formation back in the day where I had 3 people up front with a support person behind and then 2 wingers, and that seemed to work out quite well back in the day. So let's sort that out. 3 central strikers. And the flaw with this game is you can select a formation that doesn't work, like no goalkeeper, and quit the club, and then the club is stuck with that formation and it never changes. That was good fun. I remember once at Man United I sold all the players and bought goalkeepers over the age of 40 and then left, and they was just stuck with them. I think they got relegated, but we won't be doing that here. It's best to have a captain, I think, that's got good influence. The strategy I tend to go for is pass to feet. So you need players which are good passing skills. So Schmeichel, he's got as the captain there. He was a good influence. So let's try and pick all the other players to fit my squad. Brian McClare, I don't know what El Martin is. I recognise some of the others. Eric Cantona, he's got to be up front. He's got good skills. Influence, well, 4. That's not very good. Character rebellious. He's 26. He come from Leeds initially. So this is his first season with Man United. You can look at these as much as you possibly can, really. You can find players, their morale has a great sense to it. Arrange different contracts too to keep them on the squad, and also as well go to the transfer market to improve your squad. So we've got Cantona. I didn't have Dion Dublin played for Man United, but I've learnt something there. He now does a show on TV called Homes Under the Hammer, which is all about buying houses and renovate them. But this time he's at Man United. Maybe the sequel to this is Homes Under the Hammer. No, it isn't. It's Championship Manager 94, and there was an Italia version as well, but I presume it's the same engine and played very similar to this one. M. Phelan. I've only selected him because Giggs is injured. Giggs can play on either side, right or the left. Ideally, I want Konchelskis one side and Giggs the other side. I think that's a full strength team, but I haven't got them. Let's put Clayton Blackmore there. Is it Gary Walsh? Anyway, we'll put him as the reserve keeper. You're only allowed 2 substitutes back in this era. I think you're only allowed to field 3 foreign players, but I might be remembering that wrong. That might be on other versions of this thing. Paul Parker, he played for England quite a bit. His average last season was 7.65. So basically there's a big spreadsheet performing in the back end of this. And that determines what you want. So I can increase his wages, insure him, I can fine him for some reason. Maybe having a name a bit like Spider-Man. That's Peter Parker, isn't it? Change the background picture if you want to. But yeah, I know what you want to do. You just want to get straight into the game, don't you? I'm almost there. Dennis Irwin and Parker each side. Now I need 2 central defenders. Starting with a lot of injuries this time. So Steve Bruce, he went on to be a manager. And Gary Pallister. Gary Pallister influenced 16, so he might be a good manager. A good captain on the team. At the end of the main games, I don't think he does it on the friendlies. It gives you man of the match, and you can calculate those. You can see the top goal scorer of the season as it goes through. And then if you win the league, you qualify for the Champions League. And I think at this stage there was a Cup Winners' Cup and the UEFA Cup maybe as well. I'll have to have a look at that. But it's completely changed nowadays. So this is my favourite formation, 3-1-2-4. I don't think it would work in the real world, but I like a big attacking formation to try and get as many goals as possible. Right, there's influence Brian Robson, but he's 36 in this. Yes, he's probably going to be a good captain, but he might get tired very quickly. His pace is 9, and that's not very good. Character responsible, so I'd send him out to get a takeaway, knowing he'd come a good chance of him coming back. Down the bottom there, you've got goals, disciplinary, average, man of the match. That's the MOM, M-O-M. You can select your penalty takers as well. I think I'll leave it in default. Paul Ince, he's an international, so I'll keep him in the side. You can see how the hours go by pretty quickly here. I mean, there were times when I'd get up at 10 in the morning, I'd be playing it, forget to eat lunch, and before I know it, it'd be 5 in the evening. We played like 2 whole seasons or something, and it was absolutely ridiculous. National squad's not yet decided. The better your players play. I think you can become an England manager at some point in this, unless I'm getting mixed up with some other ones. There's the jobs. Jenkins is safe. Howard Kendall there for Everton. He's quite safe too. So lots of stats are gradually building up. You can save at any point. Don't corrupt your disk. Scout search, we send them looking for a particular player with particular skills. So if I said, go and look for someone that's good at passing, he would have a look. There's the transfer list at the moment. Aston Villa got Carruthers on sale. There's May there for Blackburn. There might be David May, I'm not sure. It's not Brian May, the guitarist from Queen. So we need to select some friendlies first of all. Let's pick a a lower team, let's say. Let's have a go at Plymouth. Approach them. Do you want to have a friendly? It's all about bringing our fitness up and learning what's better. They've accepted. They're Division 3. We're Premiership. So let's get into the main thing of it. We won't resign as yet. There's the league table. So that's the team of 1993. Nottingham Forest were there, as you can see. Manager's salary. We won't worry about that at the moment. You get your average gates. I'm not even in there, am I? Look, I'm not getting paid. I'm not paying any zippity doodah. I remember when the manager of Man United used to get paid quite a bit of money. Don't seem to be getting paid at all there. I didn't see my name. Say my name. Joe Kinnear for Wimbledon's getting paid the most. How's that work? Team form guide. Well, you need a few games to get a hold of that one. So I've already been playing this about 6 or 7 minutes, I think. Let's go to the friendly. Man United at home to the mighty Plymouth. Let's check out the opposition, see what they're up to. Don't recognise any of these players, but you gradually learn about them all. Hodges is the captain. He's playing an anchor role, so you saw that formation there. I did look at the finances of the squad as well, but I think that's quite strong. I would like to have Konchelskis and Giggs there, but we've got quite a big lineup. Let's see how we do against Plymouth, but this formation should be quite good against them. So we'll go into the game. Konchelski's back in 9 weeks. He's back in a long time. So we'll go into the game. Any point you can press the mouse buttons and then do a substitution. By pressing spacebar you can speed it up, that's what I'll do now. So we're attacking. Eric Cantona races clear, but he misses. Oh, God. When the seagulls follow the trawler. Eric Cantona clear again in the 12th minute. He chips it over the keeper. And it's in. Go! Now this game's much more fun if you take charge of a low team like Dover or Southend United, which I did back in the day, and try and get them promoted. Gareth Passer as the captain. There's a rating so far. Clayton Blackmore is struggling. He's on a 5. Dion Dublin. Everyone else is pretty much the muchness, but they're not totally fit at this point. We won't make any substitutes at this stage. Dion Dublin with a good chance. Holmes under the hammer. He shot wide. Dion Dublin. Now, Phelan through on goal, but he misses. Come on, lads. So we've had 10 chances, you can see, and goal. Plymouth have had none. A. Morrison pushed in the area. The ref ways play on. Well done, ref. We didn't want a penalty there. But it's only 1-0, though. So, we had a lot of chances. Haven't really done much. Might make a substitution there. Let's see. Right, so Blackmore isn't playing particularly well. Gareth Pallister's playing okay. But maybe we should bring some experience in. Let's get Ince off for Robson. There we go. His pace is 9, but I'm hoping he can bring a bit of extra. He's going to be the new captain now. His influence is 20. We're 1-0 up. Let's steady the ship then and have a good initial friendly. Come on, Robson. Skinner's booked. Football's coming home. Was that Frank Skinner? Dion Dublin, clean through again. He rounds the keeper. Is this going to be a goal from Dublin? Oh, it cleared off the line. If you're from Plymouth, comment below. You're doing quite well here. Goal from Man United. It's gone. 62nd minute, driven past Newland. What a sculpture. M. Phelan, 2-0. Well done, Phelan. Plymouth are making a tactical move. Garner on for Adcock. Not related to Shuttlecock. So, let's see how things are going at the moment. Blackmore, Ince is off at the moment. Blackmore's still not playing particularly well. Schmeichel's doing all right. The other opponent's got 3 and 2. Skinner's booked. Time to bring someone else on, really. Let's bring on Brian Eclair. Or should we just do a bit of swapping? Brian McClare, not Eclair. Eclair's a cake. Well, we'll bung him down the right-hand side then. I think he's a bit out of position, really. He likes playing central. Skinner's clear of the defence. Shot is saved. Well done, Schmeichel. He got down well to that one. Come on. 2-0's not particularly good, but anyway, it is a friendly. Can we get a last-minute goal? Superb goal for Man United. Glorious strike into the net. Buries it. Mark Hughes. So all 3 strikers have scored. So it's a good friendly. It's a good initial time out. Hooray! And look at that. Brian Robson, man of the match, because he's highlighted in white. There we go. So he only come on as a sub, and he was deemed to be the best player. 20 shots at goal, though, and only 3 converted. Plymouth had 3 shots, converted none. Their best player was Adcock. So when you're playing one of the sides, if you see one of the opponents has done quite well, it might be a good idea to maybe try and buy them, perhaps. Lee Sharp resumes training at 66%. That's not too bad. Ryan Giggs resumes training at 66%. So it's going to take a few weeks to get them through. Danny Wallace is back. So it's a little bit slow, this, compared to future management games. There's a few separate options, but back in the day, it was the business. And you have to look at it in that sort of era. 1993, Dave Francis resumes training. It's still worth a play today, really. I mean, with emulation, you could speed it up a bit as well if you wanted to. We won't change the picture. So there's a transfer news this week. McGee's gone from Wimbledon to Norwich. Any big ones there? A few free transfers. Nothing major. There is a foreign transfer market as well, if you want to track that down in the transfers. I think some of my best signs ever before, I think these were random players, were Christopher Nwosu, don't know where he was from, and Bert Hullett. They were great players. Right, so, you can search for the transfer market I'm doing. I'm searching for an attacking central player. Also, as well, you see some young players that are good later on that the computer or life hadn't really picked up on back yet in the day. Continue. Now, what stats do we want? We want them to be good at passing, good at influence, and good goal scoring, because that's what we want. Good influencers help the way go forward. What age do we want them to be? We're not overly old. We want to get a few good seasons out of them. And this is what it found. Sussex, I don't recognise any of those names, do you? There's a Sussex of Southend, Andy Sussex. Influence 18, 28 now, 5.47. He's got good, pretty good stats, but he's not really putting the games together. Maybe he's got the wrong manager. Maybe I can step in and save the day. But I won't be buying him. There's Tommy Johnson there. He's arrogant. I wonder if any of the real players in real life played this and looked at it and said, hey, I'm not arrogant. I'm quite laid back. 1.5 million. £600 a week is the the pay or the insurance on him, yeah. Wages £1,750 a week. Well, that used to be a lot of money back in 1993. Man, it would be now. I'm recording this in 2022. I'd love to be on that a week. Gordon Bennett. Was that before tax? Yeah, you can get to the foreign transfer market as well. Can't quite remember how to do that at this stage, but you can get to it, I believe. I think that's where I bought Christopher Nwosu. You can send scouts out, as I mentioned before, to look for individual stuff, keep an eye on individual gains by certain players, and then report back on them. And then they will recommend whether they're worth getting or not. Yes, it's a big, long transfer market. Sometimes you'll see a few bargains there. I think there was a player called AD Mike as well, which ended up being quite good. Back in the magazines back in the day, they did tell you all the young players that were worth buying that turned into super-duper uberstars later on. Giggs is 66% match fit. Play down the right and the left, 3.3 million. He's on an £8,150 a week. Goodness, he's only 19. What would a 19-year-old do with that money? I think it would have ruined me, that's for sure. I don't know what they're on now. Probably 10 times that, are they? That's just stupid. Probably on 80 grand a week. I've only my wages gone up 10 times. So Giggs is getting back. I think there was Darren Ferguson there as well. So we need to arrange another friendly against someone. Let's not make them too massive. There's some foreign players down the right-hand side as well. Let's gradually build the confidence up. Who should we have? Let's have someone nice. They look like a nice team. Let's approach Nice, or Nice as they're probably called. We'll play at home again. We don't want to risk getting food poisoning. Let's go, Hugo. I think that's in week 3, so we've got a week gap there. Oh no, we're playing them straight away. They're from France, Nice. Check out the opponents. Yeah, the data bank isn't that big, so we can't see what those players actually are, but that's their formation. Looks like they've got a sweeper back there, or an anchor. We beat the mighty Plymouth. There's Russell Beardsmore, 24. I think I'll keep the squad roughly as it is. Schmeichel's okay. Lee Sharp was in the squad. Yeah, so I've got a good squad, but you would have thought of that, wouldn't you? 1993 Man United. We're in a bit of a dip at the moment, but you know, the team I played lots and lots of seasons with, where I almost failed all my college stuff and come to naught, was Dover Athletic. I took them right to the Premiership, won about 10 years running, and also won the Champions League a few times as well. Dover, and they played exactly in this formation, really. Yeah, so Brian Robson is good as a substitute, but I don't want to play him from the whole game. Right, Nice. Any more changes? Lee Martin played quite well. Influence 1, well, that's quite poor. He's not really a leader of men. Here we go. Spacebar for extra speed. This should be a bit more of a challenge. Oh, we scored already. 4th goal. 4th minute. Looping header into the corner, scored by Mark Hughes, the Welsh wizard. I went on to manage a number of teams, including Manchester City as well. So recognisable players here. So Nice are on the back foot already. Sometimes if you score too early in a game, you're there. Oh, Ince, yellow card. He pushed their number 6. Well, he probably deserved it. Calm down, Ince. Right. Paul Scholes isn't in the team as of yet, I've noticed. Number 9. Oh, they're down to 10 men. Nice are down to 10 men. They're probably going to change their formation. Mark Hughes had a shot saved there. Looks like he's on fire on this one. So let's see what they've done then to compensate. They're down to 10 men and then 1 goal down. It was an attacker that went off. Interesting. So now what they've done here, they're just playing with 1 striker as opposed to 2. They've kept everything else the same. So not quite as potent at the front. Cool, they're a bit of a rough team then. Hughes has been flattened again. Who arranged this friendly? I don't want players injured. As Bruce found that he's been chopped down, penalty kick, and I didn't assign a penalty taker, but Cantona's filled in the gap. Oh, Eric. Goal saved by from Eric Cantona. That's not very good. I might have to change you as a penalty taker. Hooked through a crowd, scored by Dion Dublin, the Hammerman, which I'll now call him. Holmes under the Hammerman. So, who's doing okay? Bruce isn't having a very good one. Schmeichel's a bit nondescript in goal. 2-0, oh, goal straight away. They don't start very well at the traps, Nice. M. Phelan's playing a lot better than I thought he would do. Right, here's the stats so far. M. Phelan with a 9, that's good. This is very promising for the season going forward, but I won't play a whole season because then it'll go on for hours. You might not still be here, but if you like it's never expert gameplay, but I'm quite familiar with this game. I'm remembering more and more. Oh, Dublin injured. That's not very good. He's okay though. That's fine. Yeah, it is about expert gameplay. If you're liking your Commodore Amiga stuff, there is a playlist. So click on my username and then the playlist tab to get to all of them. It's taken us a while to get to this particular game. Thanks you to the subscribers. If you watch this far in, it might be the case you like this sort of thing, as we've got a penalty. 4-0. He buried it that time, yeah. So thank you to all the members and, well, the subscribers, and a huge thank you to the members that are keeping this channel running. Without you, this video, we never would have got to it. So thank you very much. If you want to become a member, click on the join button as we continue this wonderful season. Dion Dublin 10. Dion Dublin is the star man at the moment. Brian Robson's come on as captain, but he's playing quite poorly initially. 12 attempts at goal. Nice have got none. We're not really doing a test of the team. Replaced Robson with McClare, although it's a sub of a sub. I wasn't very impressed with what he was doing, and we'll make Pallister the captain again. Right. Click on that. We don't want a captain that's not on the pitch, do we? Maybe yeah, okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I should have substituted Ince, really, because he's booked. Take a player off the pitch, so that's probably what I should do. This is all going a bit wrong. Now I've got Robson in defence, so oh dear, I've got McClare. Oh dear, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, we're sort of like okay. I think I think I lost track of where I was then. Let's move this again. I think I've got 2 players playing in the same place, have I? Right. Anyway, I've got a player out of position, but that we're 4-0 up, and Nice aren't going to do anything in the last few moments. Number 7 has a real chance. What was I saying? But he squandered the chance because he's a nincompoop. If you're from Nice, comment below. So Nice and Plymouth, they've bit the big one. Yeah, good play. Robson was out of position there a bit, so that explains the 6. Dion Dublin, man of the match, 4-0. No one scored a goal against us yet. So we dot Plymouth, and we done Nice. Can't believe. Right, there we go. If you're not a fan of Andy Townsend in the background, then change the picture. There's a number to choose from. This comes on about 3 or 4 discs. I think it's 3 discs this comes on. Other variations, as I say, there's Championship Italia, Championship 94, and then from this point they gradually got more and more advanced each time. Friend had Championship Manager 3, which is the next like different engine after this. Load times are pretty slow. Here we go. So here's the transfer news. P. Bowden has gone from Swindon to Coventry. Southend to Oxford. Andy Sussex has been bought by Oxford for 60,000. Who was looking at a bit earlier on. Season starts in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Right, so you can see I'm already getting addicted to this thing, and the season hasn't even started yet. The Coca-Cola Cup and the FA Cup draw not made yet. That will happen at some point. There's all the records so far, which are none because I've only just taken charge of this team. So Chelsea's is still injured. Giggs is up to 86% match fitness, so I'll be clicking on a lot of stuff here. You can be a genius with this, or you can just go into the game and just hope for the best, but this formation is pretty solid. You can waste so much time mucking about with 4-4-2 or what have you, but if you're going to play the game, I recommend this formation. 3, 1 behind, so super attacking, then some decent... I don't know if it works with a lesser team. Probably doesn't, first of all, until you get the best players to suit that. But we're looking for players that can pass and got strong influence, and scoring isn't bad either. So Giggs is good enough to be in the team now, for my money. There's Lee Sharp, not to get confused with Pat Sharp. That wouldn't be a very good signing. 14 appearances last season, scored 1 goal. Disciplinary points, you saw, you get 5 for a yellow card, and I think it's 10 for a red card. Danny Wallace, stats aren't overly good, but he's got good pace, so he can run around. Good utility player, can play down the left and right if other players are injured. But I'm a bit overwhelmed in midfield players. Capacity is 34,000, 31,000 seated. We've got 4.1 million in the bank. Manager is Jenkin, that's me. Darren Ferguson from Scotland. It gets interesting this game when they select the international team and you see what your players are picked up. But sometimes it's annoying if an international game clashes with something else you've got going on, and then you can't use those players. And also you can get cup-tied players if they played in a previous Coca-Cola or FA Cup, and you're not allowed to field them as well. So it takes a bit of thinking through. If you get crippled with injuries, then you have to promote players artificially early from your junior team or the second team. Is a bit of waiting around in this one. I didn't notice that back in the day, the amount of time you have to wait for stuff to happen. Probably because we wasn't in a game then. So it's week 3. Check out your big names. Do you recognise any of those as they go through? They might be you. There's cash available for the strengthening of our squad. Oh, I don't know who to buy. Maybe some defenders, maybe some big names. I'll try and see if there's any big names out there on the transfer market. Season starts next week. I think we've got time for maybe 1 more friendly. Then we'll play the first game of the season, and then we'll call it quits then. Otherwise, it's going for way too long. Way too long. Right, so let's look for someone that meets all our credentials, although we have got 3 pretty decent strikers at the moment for that formation. But let's see if there's any really cool people we can actually buy. Now, so cast your mind back to the 1993 season. Who was a top striker, do you think? It's good as well, if you've got a favourite player, you can give them a chance in the top team. There's Peter Nudlove there of Coventry. Alan Shearer there, second from bottom, Blackburn. It was good. And there's all the recommended players from one of my scouts. Nudlove, Shearer, Bart Williams as well. Do the Bart man. That's Paul Warhurst there, midway through. Mark Robbins of Norwich. Oh, I could buy Alan Shearer. That'd be a great old buy, wouldn't it? He's 7.24. He's 2.5 million. That's a bargain. £6,950 a week. Shearer's not for sale. What a surprise. He's confident, but he's not for sale. Oh, what? I wanted to buy you, Alan Shearer. Who won the season in 1993? Was that Blackburn? They won it at some point, didn't they? Right, okay, so... none of these are on the transfer market. I think they got the letter T next to them if they are. Oh, Chris Sutton. Now, that could be a good buy. He was up front. He's only 20. He was up front with Shearer when they won the season from Blackburn. Let's see if I can buy him. 3.7 million. That's pretty much all the money we got. Ooh. Sutton is not valid. Let's offer him that. Hey, he wants a 3-year contract. Good. I'd give him that. £2,350. I got him for about 5 million there, did I? Good. That's what they reckon. So yeah, Chris Sutton is now at Man United. So that's a good additional striker. He had good influence there also, which is going to help the makeup of my team the way they were. Good. Let's see who else. That was a good signing. Chris Sutton. Or Letitia. He's recommended. Could be a good midfielder. 24. He spent his whole season at Southampton. He never wanted to leave Southampton ever. Let's see. And Southampton allowed the approach. Letitia is keen on the move. That's ridiculous. Let's offer 1.6. Let's offer a bit more just in case. 1.6 million. Are we going to get Matthew Letitia as well? Cool. What a good week that was. We just bought Chris Sutton and Matthew Letitia. Well, our squad is pretty much strengthened. I should really have bought a couple of defenders, to be honest with you, but we'll settle with them two. Good. So there's going to be a lot of competition now. Who I can pick. Sometimes players might get a bit upset. His morale's good if I don't put them in the squad straight away. 4,300 a week. Yes. Now I'm giving myself a bit of a headache, haven't I? Who I actually put in the team. But with Chris Sutton and Letitia, maybe I'll put him as a subs bench. We definitely need to do another friendly so I can try out how good these players are before I go into the main season. See, I'm thinking like a manager already, I am. I'm thinking like a top manager. Good. Chris Sutton. Never played for Man United, and Letitia certainly didn't. I've dropped Robson as well. Pallister can be the captain. I don't know whether I should have messed with the team because we thumped Plymouth and then we thumped Nice as well. It's a football management game. Put down your favourite football management game in the comment section below. It might be on the Amiga, it might be a different system, it might be a modern game on the PC. I remember having one on my phone, my old phone. There I lost a lot of time. I actually watched it, I didn't miss bus stops on it. But in the end I deleted the thing, so I think I got a flashback to my college years thinking I'm wasting too much time on this thing. Okay, let's go in. It'll be good when Kanchelskis comes back as well. So let's arrange another friendly. It's our last chance to do so. We'll have another lower sort of like team as well to get confidence, and we'll be at home also. Let's go for a UK one. Let's try Swindon. Swindon. Play at home. They've accepted. Right, and they're in Division 1. So that's tougher than Plymouth was before. So they might give us a bit of a run for our money, but we are at home. Man United versus Swindon. It's a friendly. It's not pay-per-view. There's them. Do you recognise any of those boys? Is that John Moncur there? Glenn Hoddle plays for them. He was like manager, wasn't he? He used to play for Tottenham and was England manager as well. So Glenn Hoddle was the captain. Yeah, he was manager of Swindon too. I didn't know he was player manager though. Maybe that was just a bit before. Dublin's on the subs bench. And also Letitia. What a good subs bench. But unlike today's football, we've only got a choice of 2 subs. We can't have like 5 or 6 people on the subs bench. Which is, isn't great, is it? So, everyone's fighting for that position. A bad game could see you out of my particular squad. M. Phelan has been outperforming himself, really. I didn't really suspect him to be as good as he was in the friendlies so far. We've got Clayton Blackmore and Russell Beardsmore struggling to get in the team. Lee Sharp's only 21 in this. Yeah. Mike Phelan, influence 7, but, good at passing sort of okay, but I only want 20 on those, or as high as I can possibly get to. So here we go. This is going to be a challenge this time round. Look at the chances created by each player. Chris Sutton with a good chance. Slides it past it. Is he going to score on his debut? 8th minute. 8th minute, Chris Sutton scores. Can't say fairer than that. 8th minute goal by the Sutton. 1-0. Leaning on Swindon. We've only got 2 chances. He's got a yellow card already, so he's getting involved. He kicked the ball away in descent. Don't do that. Another goal from us. 3 chances, 3 goals. Downward header. Who's done that? Sutton again. Well, this looks like a great signing to me. We want a hat-trick from you, Chris. M. Hazard through on goal. He rounds the keeper and scores. So that's the first goal against us, really, during this campaign. So 2-1. An interesting first half. Let's check the stats there. Right, Palace is playing well. Sutton, 2 goals, and he's been booked. But I've got to keep him on for see how he gets on. Let's do a tactical. I think it's time maybe to bring Letizia on to see what he can do. I'm getting excited now. Stick him behind Hughes and Sutton. See if we can get that third goal. Here we go. So there's no set time where you can make your substitutions. Just to do it when you feel necessary. You can change your formation at any point as well. Swindon are still in this. Well, they were until we've netted a goal. Bumped under Digby. Chris Sutton. Yay! Hat-trick from the Sutton. Nice. I think that's the best signing I've made today. A hat-trick on his debut. It's a friend against Swindon. Good stuff. Yes. Sometimes you can wrap yourself up wondering what to do in this, but I think this is fine. Who else have we got? We could probably put Dublin on now. He's got his hat-trick. Only because he was booked. I don't want to go down to 10 men. See what Dublin can do. And Dublin hasn't played badly in other games as well. So he's a bit unlucky that I bought Chris Sutton like I did. But he can concentrate on his TV career now. He definitely needs a goal to cement his position or fight for it, which he hasn't got. And it's just 3-1. Let's see what stats Dion Dublin got. Dion Dublin got a 9, so yeah, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with my set of strikers, to be fair. Eric Cantona was the weakest one. Didn't even get on the commentary, did he, Eric Cantona, this time round? So how good a side have I got of Eric Cantona struggling to shine? But 3-1, well, we finally conceded a goal. So that'll be the end of the friendlies. So the friendlies at the start of the season gives you a chance to perfect your team, mess with the positions, maybe give new signings a chance to see where you want to put them, and then the game starts for real, really. Paul Allen's gone from Tottenham to Norwich. You can bring these back up any time as well if you miss these to get a bit of transfer news. Paul Brazier, Crystal Palace to Cardiff there. That was quite cheap. It's good seeing the younger players as they go to get older, and when you get to a certain point in this game, if you play 20 or 30 seasons like I was doing, the computer will start retiring players and will start generating new players at random from the surname and the first name, mixing them together. Hence, that's why I found Bert Hullett eventually. Good old Bert Hullett. Info of the squad. Average attendance, well, we haven't played any Premiership games as of yet, or was it First Division at this point? I don't know. There's the accounts at the top, fixture, info, the reserve squad. TRNS would be the amount, the transfers we've done each time. We'd love to have Konchelski's back, staff's the back room, which we've had a look at before. There's our team, which I'm very happy with. The only problem with this, if we get some injuries in the central defence, I don't think we've got too many people that will cover that. So that could be a weak point going through the season if we were to actually do that. It's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home. 30 years I've heard. Is it 30 years since this game came out? Almost. It is almost 30 years since this game came out. Amazing. Right, there's our fixtures. The first game is against Southampton, who we bought Letizia from. So we'll see how he plays against them. Normally, well, in the real world, players playing against their old side do quite well. Gary Walsh is out for a few days. Oh dear. Didn't want that. So we've lost our reserve keeper. Tony Harford out for a few days. I don't know if that's the reserve squad. Oh no! Chris Sutton is out for 3 weeks. Oh, what? Did I buy him at the wrong time? There's the Charity Shield there. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. I think whoever's... Was it won the cup or won the league? I don't know. Gary Walsh resumes training at 95%. So he was only out. He only took a small knock. So probably someone hit him over the head with a baguette or something. Tony Harford. So they weren't out for very long. They must have phoned up with a cold or something. Or a dislocated bottom. That's easily pushed back in again. Championship manager 1993. Right, okay, so McKinley's gone from Bolton to West Ham. Is that all that's going to be? No, there's a few. It's a lively transfer market pre-season. That might be Ian Jenkins. Or is it Ayatollah Jenkins? I don't know. From Iran. A. Beasley. So it's going a bit slower now, working out the transfers. Oh, it's going very, very slow. Ronald Mcdonald. Is that Ronald Mcdonald from Walsall to Bristol? Well done, Ronald. I think someone did produce an editor of this game, so you could change the players' names at will. So if you wanted Ronald McDonald, you could do. Or if you wanted to put King Kong in central midfield, or Dumbo the Elephant in goal, you probably could do. L. Rogers. I'm just trying to remember some of these players if they spring to mind. Duxbury, Bradford to Fulham. You can look for free transfers as well. There'll be some bargains there around the place every now and again if you keep an eagle eye. Make the best use of your scouts, or you can do all the work yourself. You've got plenty of time. Just looking at the clock, we've been playing this over half an hour and haven't even got into the season yet. So you can tell, can't you, how quickly time would eat into your day. And this is a great game on the Commodore Amiga. If you're into football, then buy this, but do be wary that you don't have much time for anything else. We need to replace Sutton then because he's injured. We'll put Dublin back in the side. You've got your place back. Anyone would think maybe there's been some skullduggery and Dion Dublin set up some traps for Chris Sutton so he can get back in the team. He's sneaky. So we're back to Cantona, Dublin and Hughes. Right, as long as his wages don't keep doubling and doubling, I'll be okay. 3,100 a week. I hope he's investing that wisely and not spending it on crisps and stuff. Right, Dion Dublin. You've got a lot of disciplinary points there from last season, I saw. If you get a certain number, you're banned from a few games. First game is at home against Southampton. The Saints. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. I like to be in that number when the Saints go marching in. Right, we're going to beat them anyway, I hope. Here's all the different all leagues. Away, 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 away. Do your own football chants. This is the start of the season here. There's Southampton. They haven't got Letitia. Tough luck for you. Branfoot is Brainfoot is the manager. There's the team there. Cockerell's the captain. Sounds a bit chicken to me. Hopefully we can run rings around him. Right, man of the match. Here we go. We're going. Tactics I'll keep the same. We're doing pass to feet. Pallister is the captain. Right, come on, let's have a good start to the season. It's good to start with a home game. There's our penalty takers. Let's move Cantona up to the top. He did miss a penalty in one of the friendlies, but he got one subsequently, so I presume he was just warming up. Don't do that again, Eric, or there's going to be trouble. Shame we haven't got Chris Sutton to display our top signing. But anyway, we've got Letitia on the subs bench. Man United versus Southampton, and they've kicked off. Southampton have had one chance. Gary Pallister graces clear. He's a defender, but wastes the chance as the captain. At least he had a chance there. Looks a bit more even. You see the blue bars there. That depends where the action is happening. Ince is through. Ince has scored. Well done, Ince. Very reliable. He was called the governor. 1-0. Gary Pallister tries to clear again. He keeps getting up a lot. 2 wasted chances from Gary. We've got 3 strikers. Why didn't he cross to one of them? Right, we're stepping down authority now. 11 chances to 1. Good formation. Looks like 1-0 at half-time. So good, but we're still a little bit vulnerable. Ince is the star player at the moment. Dion Dublin struggling a little bit. I'm quite happy with that. 12 chances to their 1, but it only takes 1 chance to score a goal. So that's when your goalkeeping accuracy you want to be going on there. Is it time to bring on Matthew Letitia as of yet? He's 100% match fit. He's wearing the shirt number 12. His morale is good. I don't know whether to bring him in or not because Ince is playing quite well. Maybe leave it a bit longer perhaps. Let's just check it out again. Yeah, Ince got the goal. Don't really want to take him off. And Letitia is the only obvious player to replace him with. Maybe go to the 70th minute and ease him in. We'll see how it goes. We're attacking. Southampton are defending. That seems about what's happening a lot of the game. They're having brief attacks. Well, 1-0. It's still quite tight here, so they're holding us well. Giggs isn't playing too badly. Well, I'm desperate to bring Letitia on. He's worth 6.5 million, and in 1993 standards, that's fine. I know at the moment, if you're not worth more than 20 million, you're hopeless. But yeah, come on, Letitia. Pallister is captain. Maybe swapping with Phelan, perhaps. I don't know. Right, we'll put Letitia down the wing. It's not his position, but I don't want to take Ince off. And I want to try out Letitia. First time goal past Flowers, scored by Giggs. Didn't Tim Flowers play for Bolton? Right, 2-0, bit safer. 16 minutes to go. Southampton have made a substitution. I want to know what is that about. What have they done? That's an odd formation. They've just stuck an extra person in midfield or pushed an extra person up, I think. So they're just number 11s roaming around the place. Giggs has got 10 out of 10. Ince is 10 out of 10. Good goals, fellas. Dion Dublin is struggling still. Haven't got an obvious substitution for him. But it's time we gave Lee Sharp a game. His morale's okay. We haven't been playing him at all as of yet, so perhaps that's why. He could go off the boil quickly. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on him. He's a young man. Giggs pushing the air penalty. The ref turns away. Criminal. Turn away. Looks like it's going to be 2-0, I think. So, a solid start to the season. 2-0. Ryan Giggs, the teenager wonder man, has really put his stomp on this game. He declared man of the match. The board say it's a good result. It's a good result. And here's what they call the old biddy printer. Showing all the scores. Sheffield Wednesday beat Tottenham 2-1. That's interesting. Bolton there. The team I support is Southend United. Currently in non-league. They've gone down and down and down. They've had a few good results of late, so hopefully they stay out of relegation, because I don't know what happens when you get relegated out of non-league. You go to non-league, then playing pub teams, then playing school teams, then playing tiddlywinks teams. I don't know. West Ham got beat by Oldham there, 0-1. So they're all the latest results today. An interesting game. Keeps you involved. It does draw you in. I do feel like a football manager, and there is that level of addictiveness there as well. So that's the biddy printer. There's the results as well. Arsenal got off to a win. Chelsea beat Crystal Palace. There's all the other leagues too. So you can keep an eye on who's scoring the goals. Problems of the week is Barnsley. They beat Brentford 2-0. So well done, Barnsley. So if you're watching and you're a supporter of Barnsley, then well done you, all hail Barnsley. You were the performance of the week amongst all 4 divisions. Hooray! Russell Philliskirk resumes training. Well done him. Let's just see what else it has to say, then we'll get out of here, because I knew this would be a longer gameplay review type thing. We try and look at it as the standpoint as your first, second go, but I have played this a few times before, but a long time ago. It plays a little bit slower than I remember it, but, that's nostalgia is a wonderful thing. Let's see Skinner, who scored a goal. Did he score a goal against us? No, he didn't. He was a bit of a hassle. Anyway, he's gone from Plymouth to Reading for 30,000. You do your own joke about that Rochdale to Bradford signing. D White, I think D White's a good player as well. I remember signing him at some point, but Southampton have bought him, possibly with the money freed up from the Letitia sale. I think I had D White in my Dover team at some point. He used to put the goals away quite a lot. I think he's a striker, unless I get him mixed up with another player of the same name. There's Luther Blissett there from Watford to Peterborough. A. Harris, Exeter to not Rolf Harris, of course. It's just someone else. I think that's Darren Beckford from Oldham to Man City. So yeah, good stuff. And I could be clicking on boxes forever looking at the stats. We've gone top of the league. Southampton have gone bottom, thanks to us. After 2 games, it gives you averages for all the players that you can check out on the rankings. You get scores for each match there, and that determines whether the board thinks you're doing a good or a bad job. Ranked 77th there. That gets looked at every so often, but the game at the moment hasn't got enough stats. Here's the top ratings at the moment. Only 2 teams have played 2 games. Are in the Charity Shield. As Liverpool and Aston Villa, and Jamie Redknapp is there at number 2, a player you might know. The top goal scorers at the moment, F. Anakoku of Middlesbrough. I've got 2 players in there, Ince and Giggs. So these are the players at the moment to keep an eye on. F. Anakoku, maybe buy him if he keeps that up. And Dean Saunders is there as well. Look, Ian Wright's there too, and Anders Limpar. So, a brilliant game. I can't say anything bad about this. Time will just fly, so if you're going to download it, watch yourself, set an alarm. Otherwise, it'll be night time and time to go to work the very next day. So I hope you liked having a look at that one. That was Championship Manager 1993 on the Commodore Amiga. Probably the best football manager game of this era on this system. Posted by Domark in 1993. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.